Hello, 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 everyone. I'm
Hello,
Marty
everyone.
Johnson,
I'm Marty Johnson.
And I am Keisha Winkler.
And I am Keisha Winkler. Yes, I would too.
we are the book
We are
breakers,
the book breakers.
and today we have with
And
us.
today we have with us.
I'm going to let him introduce
I'm going to
himself.
let him
I'm not going to
introduce
mess the
himself.
name.
I'm not going to mess the name.
So what's up?
Okay. So what's up? My name is Segun Eluyode. I'm an educator. I'm a coach. I'm a writer, and also I I am the editor of the True Leaders magazine.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So, but before we begin, we're going to have a word of prayer and a scripture.
Yes. So right now, coming in prayer today that we're having anything that God will be podcast and this ministry will go forth power and demonstration. That everyone that's supposed to go out will be go out. Amen.
Psalm 121. Amen.
Our scripture will be coming from Psalm
121.
And it reads as thus. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper, the Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. All right. So once again,
turn on.
No, we let the audience know and what you do.
Okay, I should do the introduction again. As I said earlier on, Olusegun Eluyode is my name. I'm an educator, I'm an author, I'm the editor of the True Leaders magazine. Aside that, I am the founder of La Caperia Academy. This is a co-educational school in Lagos, Nigeria, and also the founder and CEO of Outstanding Consulting. Outstanding Consulting is a training solution provider to professionals in various areas of life. So that's what I do. And sometimes people call me the phenomenal trainer.
Okay, and I still have. Wait a minute, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty on our end.
When did you start your journey of being a writer?
Oh, that should be like 15 years ago. 15 years ago. But I started writing about 15 years ago. That should be in my 20s. When I started writing, that should be my early 20s. But one thing I discovered while writing as a young person. Actually, I never had the opportunity of getting the books published. I only then wrote for fun, and later, while I had the opportunity of getting admission into the university, then I started sending some of these articles that I wrote to various publications. From there, I discovered that I'm passionate. I wrote some books but never got published until just 2 years ago when my first book got published. And my first book that was first published happened to be for students. I started my career as a teacher, a secondary school teacher in Nigeria. Then I discovered and I call it the secret lifestyle of high flying students. I discovered that there are many students that they are just in school. They don't even know the reason why they are in school. They are just there to mark attendance, but they are not making any mark. Even in this part of the world in Nigeria, you see many parents just go to school so that people will not challenge them that they have not sent such child to school. So since I have opportunity of teaching children that at least about 13, 14 and above, I believe even their parents are not doing their best to ensure that they get the best from the education they are acquiring. I think I can encourage them. That's what led to counseling and coaching, and also led to my writing books for them. And I have taken it beyond just writing for students too. So professionals also benefiting. Some of the parents that have the opportunity of reading the books that I've written commended me, and some of them have even invited me to various training programs, which means since I started writing for young people, that's gone beyond writing for young people. It is now for different kinds of people. I remember one of the books I wrote recently. It is creating your throne in that industry, and creating your throne in that industry is not just about it's not just for students alone, it's for the professionals. Actually, I targeted professionals in this, that they can create their throne. They should see themselves as kings in that particular field they find themselves. Actually, I believe that God has given us knowledge of what to do about our life. We find ourselves in a particular industry, so we have got so much. So, like personally, I believe that everyone that comes in contact with me should not be the same again. So I work tirelessly to ensure that I leave an indelible mark in the lives of people that come around me. So, and that has even helped me when writing. So my writing is very beneficial to people and to make them to discover more about themselves.
So, Mr. Um, Segun, how do you find challenges or find it challenging to motivate the children as well as the adults? How do you get over that obstacle?
Well, children generally, somebody say, let me start this way. Many people see children as distraction from their work, but one thing they don't know is the children themselves are the work themselves that every one of us should take seriously. Surprisingly, when some adults see them as distraction, they don't put in enough time to ensure that to get to know some of the things they want, and how to handle them. Because children naturally they are restless, so,
Yes.
and sometimes they want to have they want to have their way. Sometimes we as teachers in schools we have issues making them to sit down to learn. But over the years, I've taken time to study children, and I personally discover who they are. That is first thing is that has really helped me aside the fact that we won't find it difficult to make children to do whatever one thinks is right for them. Sometimes at that age, it's difficult to. So, but one thing I've discovered that the passion in me. So whoever is going to do anything with children, if the person is not passionate about working with children, then I'm sure such a person will easily get tired relating with children. So passion first, passion first. There are times where they will do something that you don't like. There are times you keep saying the same thing and they will be doing the opposite. Passion in you will be the driving force that yes, you have got something in you. So and I've come to realize that any profession one is choosing. One of the things one needs to consider too is one should ask himself that probably if he has passion for such, because there are times when you face challenges in such profession that you have chosen. So for every profession we have, there are challenges you face. Like this my first profession, this teaching of a thing. There are challenges. I've also heard from teachers, that one of the complaints that we have had over is the children, because they are restless. Each time they tell them do this, they don't do it. Some feel that that profession is not for them. So many of them we have seen that they opt for another profession. But for somebody like me, sometimes I can't even explain the source of joy that I derive when I relate with them. And that's one thing I've discovered, that if one is choosing a particular profession, it's not that the profession is less cumbersome or less challenges, because there's something inside of you that is driving you to do the job that you can't explain. So it is inexplicable. So when you yourself explain, you just love doing that thing, it becomes a passion for you. So you'll be able to give your best. You not look at the challenges. Somebody said something. He said, when you take your eyes off the goal, you will see challenge. And so, yes, many people, because they've not seen something special they want to. I just enjoy imparting lives, in transforming people generally. So anytime I have opportunity of staying, I don't even look at some of the challenges that come from instructing them, training them. I just feel like I've been called to do this, and this is what let me quickly say this.
Sure.
Do you know, after completing my university education, I had opportunity to work somewhere else different from school. But unfortunately, I was one that didn't offer, because I started teaching. One way or the other, I started teaching. My sister asked me to go to a school to work, and I started teaching in that place. Few days after teaching, that was when I got an appointment to work in a place different from school. But do you know, I had to tell the employer that I will not be able to work in that environment, because I don't enjoy working in another environment different from school. So, and imagine this organization was ready to pay more than the school that I was working. But surprisingly, I want to discover that if I will be going to class in the morning, overnight, I would have dreamt of having children around me, learning from me. Then something kept telling me that you have a stake in this profession. So do it with everything you have. That is not just natural, this is supernatural. And I must tell you, God has used me for many, many children that have transformed. Some children that at a time were academically unfit. Some of them are now doing well. And to God be the glory for that.
All right. Awesome.
About challenges. What have been some challenges of living in and what inspires you to
Some of the challenges when it comes to education, if I get it right, education in Nigeria, one, low funding from government. Government is not funding education well here in Nigeria. So this is one of the challenges. And another thing is that we have seen is that parents, they themselves, they only send children to school, as I said earlier. They don't even know the reason why they are sending. Only few. So sometimes when school asks some parents to do something for the children they have given birth to, they don't say any reason. They just say leave the children. They believe that, some people have come to realize in this part of the world in Africa, although I'm used to people in Africa, so I might not be able to save other countries, but the little interaction I've got with my people, I discovered that they live life based on the fact that nature or God will help them to do some things, that God will help to do some things. So they don't believe that they have something that they are supposed to do, that it is God that help one to train children. It is God that help. So if when they are supposed to correct a child, they feel that see the child is too small, they might not understand. Say God will help them. So they feel that God should be the one to do those things for them. That if a child is going to do well in life, it is only God. So if you discover in this part of the world, spend more time, going to church, praying to be successful than going through learning to get success. So and education is one of the opportune avenue to learn. So it's a challenge in Africa that people live their life on based on the fact that things will just happen, miraculously. They believe in miracle. Imagine some children will not read. Okay, see, for example, now parents are easier to pay for examination, malpractice, whatever is going to cost them to make their children to pass exam, but they are not ready to pay the price to make the children to learn, so that anytime the child is writing exam, the child will be able to pass without being assisted. In Africa, especially in our country, so parents will pay more, to school, to examination bodies. Please make my child to pass the exam. So you see, people are jumping the process. So they don't want, and these are the factors affecting education. These are challenges. Sometimes many teachers in Nigeria, they've lost interest in teaching. So these are some of the challenges, so we are facing. So even the government is not helping matter, parents too not helping matter, children themselves. Like in our country, cybercrime is another factor now. Cybercrime, many young people are going into cybercrime, so they just, the love for money, the craze for money, they just want to have money by all means. So imagine some students that are children that are supposed to be 12, they have started talking about millions of naira. It's a challenge. Sometimes when the teacher is teaching them in a class, they feel that the teacher is wasting time. The children, they will be doing everything possible to send you out of the class so that they can have time to play, they can have time to use their phone and do many things on the phone to just give them pleasure. So these are big challenge. These are challenges that teachers are facing in schools in Nigeria, because the craze. One thing about African continent is we worship money. We worship money. People don't bother about where you get the money from. Immediately you have children too. They've seen that happening. They don't bother. I know. I don't know for your society, but African society, money is number one. Money, money, money. So you see 12-year-old dreaming of having $10 million in his account. Now, he has forgotten that before you start talking about what preparation have you put in place, what foundation have you laid. People don't talk about laying foundation again in this part of the world. People just want to. It's a big challenge for schools. Another challenge is that now young people that are supposed to be in the school, ask me, many of them young people now, hardly can you find in some communities in Nigeria, hardly can you find teachers that are in their 20s. Why? Many of those young guys and young ladies that are in their 20s, they are actually after money. So now you have the profession, teaching profession for the senior ones, the older ones, people in their 30s or 40s and 50s. Now, and this will not help the situation of the country. And how can our country be able to compete with countries in other parts of the world when our education is in?
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Well,
We take a lot for granted, right?
yes, we do. It's all, yeah. we encourage you to keep up the work.
Yes.
My question is, when you, I want to go to your magazine. How do you recruit your clientele to get into your magazine?
How do I get
Yes.
people
How
to
do
be
you
featured in the magazine? Is that the question?
how do you
When I started the magazine, getting people. February last year, which means about 11th month old now. February last year, they were actually some groups. What I do to get clients for the magazine is there are some groups on social media. Some of the groups I belong to. Once in a while, I post on those groups. After posting on those groups, sometimes I get feedback or response from members of those groups that they would love to be part of the magazine. And in the last 11 months, of the existence of the magazine, at least we have got readers from various continents of the world. Whether it is Oceania, we have readers from there. So whether it is Africa, you have whether it be North America, the South America. So those groups are really helped to get clients, I must say. But recently, those groups, we have been able to use Facebook ad, all those social media ad to also reach out to people that one way or the other we might not have met through those groups. So, and gradually we are getting to know more people in different parts of the world. If there's anything that this magazine has done for me and my team, it is making us to go global. We have been able to,
Right.
like in your own case too, it is through this magazine I've met you. So probably it's only in the classroom I might not have met you. The magazine has, and till this morning, people from various countries, like we're actually preparing for a program in February 3rd to 8th, and we got most of the people that will be doing business with us through the social media platforms. It has really helped. The magazine has really helped us to break barriers, to break international.
Yes. Come back. We're taking a commercial break.
Girl, please.
Media platforms. And
Technical difficulty. Mr. Cigar, you're frozen.
You still there? He's still there.
so be lucky to get people. And actually, people have been saying, yeah, people have really been coming.
Jesus.
All right, we're experiencing technical difficulties again. Just bear with us.
I'm still with you.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
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 Yeah, because it
I'm
was.
with you.
All right. So my next question to you is, how can people reach you if they want to donate to you for the school, for your magazine, for your project
I'm
that you
done with the
have going
answer.
with the children? How can they reach you?
Again, the question again.
Oh, I said,
Hello? The question
said,
is,
how can anyone reach you if they want to donate to your magazine, to help out with the children, or whatever project you have going on? How can they reach you?
one way people actually meet us through a social media platform. Social media, like for example, if it's my personal social media platform, Segun Eluyode, and for the magazine, it is the True Leaders magazine, the True Leaders magazine, the True Leaders magazine. So on Facebook, on Instagram, so if you search for the True Leaders, then you can be connected to us. So the True Leaders magazine. So you can reach us through the True Leaders magazine on any leader platform. So the True Leaders magazine.
Great, awesome. So always keep that in mind.
Any last questions? Because I'll ask questions, but didn't I ask you a question? We just would like to thank Mr. Segun for teaching the book breakers in the
You are welcome.
Our time is up. Are you sure? 30 minutes. We appreciate you for being on the podcast. Thank you. It was an honor
And a pleasure.
Again, I'm Barbie Johnson. We're the book breakers. And our motto here is we encourage you
to accomplish your dreams. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.